Hello everybody and welcome back to more Chrono Clock. School came to an end, as it usually does every day. Thought about talking to Suji again, but dashed out of the homeroom immediately after school, as if he knew that I wanted to talk to him. He's not answering my text either. Where did he go? No, I don't see him. I put my phone away and looked around. While I was hanging around homeroom waiting for Shuji to answer me, I realized that I had already missed my opportunity to turn back time by 5 minutes and find him before I left school. Damn. If he were going straight home, he'd take the monorail, but he might have decided to walk through town instead to avoid me. I made up my mind to set out looking for him on a different road home than I usually take. I ran into someone while I was looking for him in Central Park. I located directly in the center of downtown, true to its name. Contrary to expectations, the person I encountered was actually Makoto, not Shuji. Hi Makoto, what's up? Going out to a girl on the street was not something I'd ever normally do, but I was looking for someone else after all. Have you seen Shuji around? The no-show, eh? I guess I'll have to get back at him in class tomorrow. Something like that. Makoto's speech was casual and laid back. Is your house over this way? Ah. I wondered why she knew where my house was, but I guess Sawatari's state would stand out. I can't conceal my last name from anyone, especially my classmates. Going for a walk sounds like a pretty modest hobby. Makoto looked up at the sky, all wistfully like. In that direction was our other major symbol of our town, aside from the monorail, the town monument. Both the monorail and the monument were designed with the motif that their shapes together would both resemble a giant sundial from an aerial view of the town. And it's not like I broke the ground on them or anything, though. My family being brought up in conversation was a surefire way to get me annoyed. Makoto was still smiling, though. That's all that matters. It is a nice park. I like it. I mean, aren't we in the same class? I mean, why can't we just talk there? And it wasn't a big deal. Makoto was more outgoing than I thought. I wish Mio could be half as good at making conversation as Makoto was. Oh right, I remember there were concerns that such a big structure would block out the sun at certain times of the day for certain buildings in the area. I didn't expect you to know about that. For some reason Makoto was suddenly a bit flustered. I wonder why. Wait, that's it! I still have some vivid memories of the disagreement over the monument. When I was a kid, the park and monorail were still under construction. One day my late grandfather told me about the word fixer. I asked my grandfather what that unfamiliar word meant, and he told me to remember it well because it might prove useful in the future. A fixer is a person with influence and connections who is able to grease the wheels of society by negotiating and resolving disputes. A fixer doesn't necessarily break the law himself, but there's a good chance he has a free pass to some of the more undesirable elements of society. There aren't many people like that in the city, aside from one particular family rumored to have connections to the Yakuza. Junouchi. Now I remember. I really have met you somewhere before. I had completely forgotten given how hard I try not to think about my family. If the Sawatari family is the public face of this town, then the Junouchi family is the hidden face. Soon after the park's monorail construction projects were completed, members of both families were invited to a party to memorialize the occasion, and that's where I met the Junichi family patriarch. He appeared to be a quiet man in a suit, but when I heard the weight his voice carried as he ordered his butler to take his coat, I could sense that he was not a normal man. And that young girl I saw at the party, who was clearly a family member of his, don't tell me that was actually Makoto? Suddenly my vision went hazy. What the hell? Wow, she got all crazy. Regaining my senses, I realized Makoto had pulled me directly in front of her face and was staring daggers at me. Oh my god. Makoto? Okay. Yes, ma'am. I'll put a lock and key over my mouth so you won't hear a peep out of me until you give me permission to speak again. Who? Of course, I couldn't respond to that. The always easygoing Makoto had seemingly transformed into another person entirely, and she had me right by my necktie. This is why if you wear neckties, always wear clip-ons. I guess we all have stuff to hide. She was so nice, like, why is she being so mean to me now? At least let me make my excuses first. I wondered in the back of my head if that was seriously her most important criterion for being a man. This is not the ideal time to point this out, but she smelled nice. In any other situation, the scent alone would have set my heart racing. No, my heart was already racing, but for the wrong reason. Would it be a problem if everyone knew the truth about you? My lips are sealed then. Makoto looked like she was back to normal for a second, giving a dejected sigh at her situation. You know, usually it's always the crazy ones who say that, though. Makoto pulled tighter on my necktie, continuing to stare me down. So basically, you're threatening me not to tell anyone else about your family. It's creepy, isn't it? That's not what it sounded like a minute ago. Can I just say one thing? Makoto, you're cute. Makoto's face was still uncomfortably close to mine, so I could instantly see the blood rushing to her cheeks. It's just, you seem so ordinary most of the time, but seeing you drop that and go medieval on my ass like this isn't a bad either, you know. But you're so close to me right now, I can feel your breath. Makoto's voice caught in her throat and she started panicking. She wanted to retreat, but since she was the one who grabbed me first, she was seemingly confused about what to do. Evidently, the clumsy, carefree side of Makoto I normally saw was anything but an act. She's cute, funny, and really easygoing. I felt like I should move her up a few places on my list of cute girls. Of course, I'm known for being a sassy kind of guy. Well, in any case, even if you hadn't threatened me, it's not like I had any motive to. Who the hell? My head snapped toward the direction of the voice shouting dialogue that wouldn't have been out of place in some cheesy B-movie. The voice was coming from higher ground, from the top of a set of stairs leading up the hill. Oh, it's that one girl. Miyu's friend or whatever. There on the hill stood one young woman, pointing directly at me with the pose of unflappable confidence. Misaki declared her name aloud, with no room for doubt. No room for doubt that she was out of her damn mind. Does it seriously look like I'm acting on her right now? She appeared with no warning whatsoever, so Makoto was every bit as dumbfounded as I was. Misaki evidently misinterpreted my reaction as her face curled into a triumphant smile. For an ally of justice, you sure seem to do a lot of prying. Look at that face. It's like he stamped her foot and yelled again. Buster. You realize she's got a hold of me, right? Can you even see who has a hold on who right now? I shot a side glance at Makoto, who still had me by the necktie. Makoto snapped out of it. She finally released me and stepped away. Oh, the life I lead. After her melodramatic declaration, Misaki gleefully began running down the stairs. What have I done to deserve this? Amidst all the idiocy, Makoto asked a perfectly reasonable question. A friend of my sister. You wouldn't know her. And I have a feeling she might know my sister firsthand as well. Don't worry, neither do I. Didn't take long for Misaki to reach the bottom of the stairs. She was playing the heroine in a situation she totally misunderstood, complete with corny expository dialogue. Chalk up one more person I've met who acts nothing like my first impression of them, I guess. Do all girls wither away and die if they don't have some sort of secret to hide? I wonder. Makoto shot back with an acrimonious retort. My apologies. Just let me be clear about one thing. I wasn't hitting on Makoto here, okay? She was the one who started it. What? No. What? Misaki, who naturally had no reason to trust my word, turned to Makoto instead. Oh, Makoto wouldn't help me clear up this misunderstanding, so I gotta take the fall for it. She evidently understood that herself as she glanced at me apologetically. She's cute, so I suppose I can forgive her. Anyway, I'd really appreciate if you could stop yelling my family name over and over. I wish she said that. Made it hard to tell whether she was chastising me or trying to spur me on. Guess she had a lot of pride in being an Andu. Yeah, you've sold me out enough already here. Okay, see you, Misaki. Don't go trying to apprehend any strangers now. Misaki stamped her feet against the ground again. I know a lot of fishers like that. Villainy? She's the daughter of a Yakuza lord. Makoto, evidently wanting to change the subject, told me the abridged story of my life these past few days. Man, I'm not getting much sympathy from you, am I? If you say so. Over the past 2 days, I've made an effort to befriend more girls, and as a result, I've met a genius girl with social anxiety, a gangster's daughter, a rich girl who doesn't be playing with a full deck. I wonder if Mia's bad luck was contagious, since all of these weird happenings seem to be piling up before me. That too made for a good abridged story of my life.